End.
US actress Lindsay Lohan has been warned she could face jail time if she doesn't complete 125 hours of community service in the next 3 weeks. Lohan, who's currently living in London, has only completed about 9 of the hours for a reckless driving offence. Now turning to sport.
Need space for all your trophies? Kennards have spaces in a variety of sizes. Keep it at Kennards, the people who care.
Here's Tom Wren.
Thank you, Anne. Adelaide will fly to Gold Coast this morning as they prepare for tomorrow's clash against the Suns at Metricon Stadium. The Crows have made 4 changes, with defender Jake Lever set to make his debut with 4 players out injured. But Vice-Captain Rory Sloane isn't one of them. Football manager David Noble saying he will play despite a sore calf.
He's been good. They've all those guys would have the light week this week. It's more the maintenance program now as you get into the season. So no, he's ready to go.
Well, Port Adelaide will trim its squad of 25 back to 22 today. The Power definitely won't have Jared Pollock, who's out with a foot injury. Meantime, West Coast has named key forward Josh Kennedy despite the fact he's nursing a sore elbow. And coach Adam Simpson says they'll monitor it closely before making a final call on whether he'll play.
We've got to see how he pulled up, and we'll go by that, by how he's feeling and what he can tolerate. It's a complicated injury that we've got to be careful about, and there's always risk with these things that we're just going to make sure we take the right amount of risk.
Australian golfers Jason Day and Mark Leishman are in the clubhouse, 2 shots off the lead in the first round of the Players' Championship in Florida, and American John Isner has beaten Nick Kyrgios at the Madrid Open. And that's the 5AA sport.
Now the 5AA forecast, a shower or 2 with a top today of 17. Tomorrow a shower or 2, 18. Sunday a shower or 2, 17. A possible shower for Monday and Tuesday, 17. And then partly cloudy for Wednesday and mostly sunny Thursday, with temps staying in the mid to high teens. Currently 13 degrees. More news as it happens on 5AA.
This is 5AA Breakfast, thanks to Jeep. When it comes to superior performance, luxury and attention to detail, the Jeep Grand Cherokee has it all.
Good morning, everyone. 6:35. This is 5AA Brekkie. We've got a beautiful, beautiful bunch of flowers for you to give to your mum for Mother's Day on Sunday, so stay with us.
Riding along on a pushback, honey, when I noticed you. Riding downtown in a hurry, honey, down South Avenue.
And at 6:50, an Englishman who is riding along on his push bike all around the world, would you believe? And we will find out why coming up a little bit later on in this half hour.
What did he do when he got to the Pacific Ocean?
It was awkward. Yeah, in fact, to be honest, that's the main key to the story.
Hopefully there's a happy ending. It's time, though, to cross another body of water. I'm just trying to... Hang on, I've got a geographical mental block. The Tasman Sea, over the Tasman.
Just call it the ditch.
Yeah, the ditch. Over the ditch. It is the Tasman Sea, isn't it, Selwyn Manning?
It certainly is, Dave.
That's right, mate. Selwyn, of course, is the editor of EveningReport.nz, and we join him every Friday to find out all the latest news from our Kiwi friends, mate. The New Zealand Foreign Affairs Minister is in a bit of strife for trying to stop members of Parliament from attending celebrations for the Chinese spiritual movement Falun Gong.
Yeah, that's right. The government is concerned that diplomats from the People's Republic of China would be angered should New Zealand elected representatives make an appearance at the Falun Gong event. Now, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Murray McCulley, in particular, is in the gun for this, Dave. His office mistakenly sent an email to all MPs of all parties. The message was initially intended for just National Party MPs and government ministers. In that email, the big part here, and I might as well just quote it here, he says, the Chinese embassy is likely to monitor attendance at events and can be expected to protest officially should members and ministers and members of parliament or other officials be present. And he goes on to basically kind of try to stop New Zealand officials from being there as well. Now, the Labour Party, it came out, as you would imagine, and it was saying it's outrageous, all that type of thing. The New Zealand Herald also quoted and reported those from the Falun Dafa Association cautioning the New Zealand government that it would be basically becoming a subservient colonial outpost of the Chinese Communist Party, is what it was saying. Now, Dave, the whole thing, the backstory to the sensitivity from the New Zealand government and the ministers is that basically New Zealand, remember, was caught out spying on Southeast Asia officials, including Chinese government officials, with its GCSB and Five Eyes type of apparatus. Since then, there have been a huge amount of ministers, just a long line of ministers basically, going up to China to try and salvage relations there. The diplomatic corps has been in overdrive trying to actually tidy up the mess that has been targeted at the New Zealand government thanks to the spy agencies going feral. And that's what it's all about, really.
Well, look, Selwyn, on a much, much brighter note, a couple of weeks ago you told us about the New Zealand Bachelor Art Green wasn't having much luck in the show. Well, now the latest update is that it's now turned into a love story with a dirty ending.
It is a bit, Jane. You know, what's happened here is it boiled down to two bachelorettes, if you want to put it that way. Now, Art, in his wisdom, he thought, OK, I'm going to try and make my luck here. He took the two contestants over to Australia for a couple of dates. When visiting one of the zoos, apparently Matilda, the one who actually ended up winning the competition, if that's what you call it, to pair up with Art, decided to cuddle a koala while they were visiting one of the zoos. Now, she looked up into Art's eyes, and as the reports go, Jane, she decided this is the moment to confess her true love for the once luckless Art. And right on cue, the koala pooped on her bare belly button. Now, I don't know about you guys, but over here, when a seagull poops on you, that's supposed to be good luck or something. But I don't know about a koala poop down your bare midriff.
What's the guy's problem, Selwyn? Because the way that show works, they're sort of locked in a room with 24 pretty hot-looking women. But what? None of them are interested in him.
No, that was a funny thing. We raised it on I actually asked Jane, Dave, last time we raised this program, and I says, what do you think it might be? And we kind of debated whether or not it was smelly socks or poorly darned socks or something like that. Apparently looked reasonably okay on his photos. But, you know, as the program has gone through, and as it's finished now, apparently he was using the same lines on all of his dates.
Oh, no.
And people just thought, this guy's, you know, he's a bit of a flake, I think was what was going on there. Also, the women, whoever the producers were, they picked a bunch of very, very staunch women. And there was even talk that they may actually turn it right around and have, one woman who will be selecting a whole host of men. But then they realised in New Zealand they found it difficult to find one man that could kind of stand up as the bachelor. And the idea of having 20 of them was an impossibility. So there's another kind of line to that one.
Okay. It doesn't sound very romantic over there at the moment.
Dear, oh dear. Selwyn, thank you.
Very welcome.
Yeah, no worries at all. That poop story is a bit of an awkward... This is a true story. A friend of mine went to Nairobi a couple of years ago and was pooped on by an elephant. It took them an hour to dig him out.
Is that really a true story?
Not really. 6:41. Let's head across to police media now.